there's a place where you can breathe, a place where you can dream, a place where you can build for the future, a place where you can grow. Vancouver Island and the Sunshine Coast, British Columbia's Pacific jewel. It isn't just the scenery that's world-class. The region offers real opportunities for businesses to invest and grow. Its geographical position, together with efficient transport links, offers unparalleled access to the Pacific Rim and international markets. There's a quality workforce available, thanks to excellent schools and universities, and the fact that people come from other parts of Canada and the world to live and work here. And because it's home to both the provincial government and Canadian forces in the Pacific, Vancouver Island is a unique mixture of pristine wilderness, a cosmopolitan feel, and a sophisticated infrastructure. Like the rest of British Columbia, businesses here benefit from some of the lowest business taxation in North America, red tape kept to a minimum, and refundable tax credits and incentives offered across a spectrum of business sectors. And throughout the region, it's good to know that you're not on your own. There's an extensive network of chambers of commerce and industry-specific organizations whose sole purpose is to foster synergy and business development. The Vancouver Island Economic Alliance, the Vancouver Island Advanced Technology Council, and the Mid-Island Science and Innovation Council. On the Sunshine Coast, the Community Futures Development Corporation is just one of the organizations that offers financial and technical assistance to new and existing businesses. From a lifestyle and business perspective, make Vancouver Island and the Sunshine Coast your place to invest in and grow. The region understands business. From the first center built in 1792 for trade with the First Nations people at Nootka to the multi-directional business community of the present day. In the past, the big pillars of the economy were resource-based through forestry, fishing, and mining. The economy has since diversified. Forestry products and fishing are still important, and they've been joined by sectors that support a growing economy, like construction and retail. Strong growth being seen in technology, marine services and shipbuilding, agriculture and food, aquaculture, traditional tourism, ecotourism, agritourism, and arts and culture. Research has shown that these areas are often related to each other. People come to the region, are impressed by the quality of life, and decide to return to live and start a business here. Who knows what that kayaking trip or salmon fishing expedition will lead to? 750,000 people live on Vancouver Island. It's the same size as Holland in terms of area. The two main cities on the island are both bustling commercial and cultural centers. Greater Victoria, the seat of the British Columbia provincial government, has all the energy of a capital city with its world-famous harbour and attractions, dynamic growth, universities, theatres, and nightlife. The region was recently voted Canada's best city in a Money Sense magazine poll. Greater Victoria is also ranked number 3 in North America by the Financial Times, ranked number 2 in the Pacific Northwest by KPMG for investment opportunity and cost of doing business, and number 1 in North America for business infrastructure. The region also has world-class links with regular direct flights across Canada and to important U.S. transportation hubs in Seattle and San Francisco. North of Victoria lies the Cowichan region with its agriculture, vineyards, and a growing reputation as a tourist destination. The second largest city on Vancouver Island is Nanaimo, the hub for visitors and freight for the region. A city that has experienced rapid growth, a revitalized downtown core, has a dynamic retail presence and a diverse and cosmopolitan cultural scene. As you travel further north, the towns become smaller but no less significant. Port Alberni, a big timber town that once drove Canada's economy, famous for its salmon fishing and now revitalized as a tourist destination. Parksville and Qualicum Beach, the Riviera of Vancouver Island, with sweeping beaches and a vibrant residential and vacation culture, a magnet for the arts. Courtenay and Comox, with lush agricultural land and a booming business community, where you can ski and golf in the same day. On the west coast, Ucluelet, a winner of International Community and Planning Awards, and Tofino, a town that receives hundreds of thousands of visitors a year. Campbell River, home of some of the west coast's best salmon fishing and a gateway to the North Island. Continue to the top of the island and you'll find towns and communities all marked by an energy and individuality that is the essential character of the region. Directly across from Vancouver Island, you'll find the Sunshine Coast, the Venice of the North. Linked to Vancouver by 2 short ferry links, the 3 main communities along the 86-kilometer stretch of coast are Gibsons, Sechelt, and Powell River. Business-friendly and progressive. The main industries include forestry products at Port Mellon, quarrying at Sechelt, one of the largest open-pit quarries in North America, and technology. The scenery is spectacular, so it's no surprise that there's a burgeoning tourist industry here. Vancouver Island and the Sunshine Coast has always been distinguished by the quality and self-reliance of its people. The First Nations, who husbanded the resources around them so effectively for thousands of years, and still do today. The tough people who did the often demanding and dangerous work in the mines, forests, and the high seas, and drove the region's economy forward. People who are keen to innovate and find better ways of doing things. That's our coastal pedigree, and it applies equally to the workforce today. New markets demand new skills, and thanks to the excellent schools, including some leading private ones, universities and colleges in the region, there's a quality workforce available to meet those needs. There are 5 universities, 4 on Vancouver Island, 1 on the Sunshine Coast. The University of Victoria has an international reputation for innovation, filing over 270 international and national patents, as well as spearheading the Neptune Project, a Pacific seafloor observatory. Royal Roads University meets the needs of mid-career learners and leads the way in distance learning innovation, as well as having one of the most beautiful campuses in North America. Vancouver Island University's main campus is in Nanaimo, and it has satellite campuses in the Mid-Island, all offering real education to prepare students for the knowledge economy and real work. University Canada West is a private university offering a range of innovative and accelerated online and on-campus programs. Capilano University Sunshine Coast Campus in Sechelt runs a full and varied range of courses, from academic studies to a professional scuba dive instructor program. Add 2 colleges, Camosun and North Island College, with a combined total of 25,000 full and part-time students, and you have a comprehensive post-secondary structure to ensure that young people have the skills they need to contribute and prosper in the workplace. And on the Sunshine Coast, the Vancouver Aboriginal Skills and Employment Partnership Training Society has an increasing role with programs aimed at the expansion of Aboriginal employment. There's nowhere like this region. Condé Nast has voted Vancouver Island the best island in North America 9 consecutive times. And Gibsons has won the LivCom Gold Award for World's Most Livable Community. In a way, the region's natural abundance and breathtaking scenery drives the economy. People vacation here because of it. People work here because of it. And people start businesses here because of it. It's a competitive advantage that no other region can claim or copy. Where else can you ski, golf, attend a board meeting, and go to the opera, all in one day? Vancouver Island and the Sunshine Coast are places with a rich mix of cultures, where there's time-honored tradition and white-hot technological innovation, where business has been done for hundreds of years and famous names prosper, and yours can become one of them. It's time you took your place on Vancouver Island and the Sunshine Coast. It's time you got the Vancouver Island and Sunshine Coast advantage.
This production was made possible with funding provided by the Vancouver Island Real Estate Board, the Coastal Community Credit Union, and the Island Coastal Economic Trust.